Hey guys, Cindy A. Lewis here, and I just want to invite you into our little DIY with some Dollar Tree goodies. I went shopping at the Dollar Tree. I did a haul for you, and I picked up a couple of these Wall Decor Teachers Help Us Believe in Ourselves, some fall flowers, a couple of decorations that are harvest, and I did get a pumpkin. Not sure if I'm going to use it. I've got some foam, a couple little hay bales. I did pick up an LED pillar candle. Not sure if I'm going to use that either. Got some moss. I picked up a vase, which I am going to use for sure. And I had some burlap with me out of my mystery craft bag. And so we're just gonna work on this together to see how it can turn out. Because what I wanna do is, make a centerpiece. And so what I'm going to do is build a base first, which is here. And we're just gonna do it together, just kind of see how we can make this as beautiful as we can in the hotel room. And you know, a really cool craft and DIY for fall. So the first thing that I did was I cleaned my vase, and I don't want it to be clear like this. This is such a cute vase, but I wanted to paint it. And of course, I didn't have paint, and I wanted to do it with Dollar Tree paints or items. So I picked up this poster paint. Now, I've never used it before on glass, but I do want to show you what is happening. So the poster paint is pretty thick, which is nice. So I just mix it around and get it kind of, and it's being thick, it goes on the vase pretty well, and I like the effect of it. Now, you can use spray paint if you like. You can do this and daub it on, like with a stencil brush if you want, something like that, so you don't have the like brush strokes. And so what I'm doing now is I did one coat of this poster paint, believe it or not, and now I'm just going to daub it. I call it daubing. I'm not a professional artist, so there's probably a term for it. But anyway, so I want the coverage, but I don't want the actual brush strokes. So I'm just daubing it on and get a good amount on my brush, and I'm just using a foam brush from the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna do this and set it aside to dry. So that's what I'm doing first, to let it dry. I bought 2 of these Wall Decors with wood grain to build my base. So basically I'm removing this Teacher Help Us Believe in Ourselves. What happens when you remove it is you have this little piece here. So I glued down the edges, and we're gonna cover this anyway, so it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna take this out and remove this part off. So I'm gluing these together, lining up the lines as best I can. The burlap like this, and I want to put like kind of like a table runner on here, and then put like a bow on the ends. So I'm going to glue this down. So what I'm going to do now is, because I want the idea of a table runner, I'm going to take the 2 ends of my burlap, and I'm going to bring them together kind of like, you know, like you're gathering, just like that. And then I have some twine over here, and I'm going to reach across, and I'm going to tie that with some twine. So I'm going to cut some twine off. Now, if you like it rough, you can do that, but you don't have to. So I'm going to gather it like that, take my twine, I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times because I want it to stay. And you can also put a dab of glue, which I probably will after I get my bow where I want it. So now I'm going to tie a bow. here. And before I do, I tied my knots, before I do my actual bow, I'm going to put a little glue there, just a little. And be careful if you do that you don't burn your fingers when you tie your loops like that. There we go. I'm going to snip this in so it's about the same. And then I'm going to snip this. And I like it frayed, and you can even fray it more if you want to. All right, I'm going to do the other side. Frame here. And let's see if we can do anything with it. I'm not sure that we can, but we'll see. Okay, so here's my little makeshift wagon. I took the drawer and covered it in burlap. I put for a little string to pull the wagon. I braided some twine and made a little loop on the end. Then I covered the inside with some more burlap. I know you can't really see it, but it's okay if it's not completely covered because I'm going to add some leaves to it and decorate it a little bit. Then I had some buttons in my little craft bag, so I put those on the side. And then I'm going to add a couple of little harvest decorations. And I really like my little wagon, and it's going to add to it a lot. So once we get it decorated, it'll be really, really pretty. So what we want to do is we're going to start decorating and deciding what we want to use. So like I have some real pretty leaves here, and I'm going to put some on top of this moss, and then I'm going to put some inside of here, and we're going to put some hay, and we're going to just decorate it. And so I'm just going to work a little bit and then put it together, and then we'll see how it comes out. Okay, so just so you can kind of see what I'm playing with these leaves, I'm going to glue them down so it looks like the leaves are falling. And so I'm going to kind of cover up this moss, but it's just giving me a little base here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue these down and just randomly glue them down, but I do want them to stay down, so that's why I'm using this hot glue. But they can be different ways. They don't have to all look the exact same format, or you know, like they don't have to all be lying the same way. I want some in the middle, and I want some just randomly placed. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So now my little wagon is sort of a centerpiece, and it can go right here in the middle, which I love it. Now the only other thing that I might do is put a little bit of a leaf here or some kind of decoration. So I'm going to look at what I have because I'm using what I have, and then I'm going to fix that up, and then we're going to finish the center. Okay, so to finish my little wagon, besides these little leaves that I added to the hay bale, I put 3 little flowers from a pick from the Dollar Tree. I snipped those off and put them in there, and then I took a couple of leaves and put them on the front. So this is my little wagon, my little centerpiece that's going to go right here in the middle of my board, my foundation, and here I am with all my cleanup to do, right? All right. Now, I'm going to finish putting things together on this, and we'll finish the bouquet for the flowers, and then we'll be done. Okay, guys and gals, here is the finished piece for my sister's birthday for fall, this DIY. I wasn't sure I knew what I wanted to do, but here it is, and I think it turned out beautifully. This is almost all Dollar Tree with the exception of the twine that I already had, but actually you buy that at Dollar Tree, and the burlap. So I hope that you enjoyed this craft, that you will give it a thumbs up, that you'll even try it. I would love to see your creations for fall. This is beautiful, I think. And I know my sister is going to absolutely love it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. Surprised that we put all this together and how beautiful it looks. So until next time, I hope I've inspired you to create, and thanks for watching.